can use the rubber wheel to remove the palatal side of the surface and gingival side, especially the gingival line can create the difference in between each models, because when they use the impression cord, they change the structure. When they change the structure, your silicone key won't fit each other. So I highly recommend you to remove the marginal lines and palatal surface and leave the hard tissue, which they cannot change. Okay, the hard tissues, that's it. No soft tissues, only the hard tissues, and no palatal and the cervical lines. This is my framework design and already cut back shape for my final result, for my layerings. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not enough. I highly recommend you to do whatever you do, do your cut back on the wax or your digital design and then press or mill later. But on some morphological style or for some empty spaces, you need to go a little bit further to do your fine tuning on the model, on the framework. So to do that, for example, in this case, I would like to have some more space on the mesioincisal side here, or if I need to do a little bit more translucency, I would remove some framework from the distal line angles to create more space to apply my light absorbing effect, more translucency effect. So number 21 looks wider than my number 11. It means this is a good choice to remove. And also I can create some grooves in here to have more and more translucency. According to what? For sure according to your target. Yeah. When you receive the picture, I highly recommend you to turn the picture on black and white. When you turn your picture to the black and white, it allows you to see where is the low value and where is the high value area. Much easier. So also the translucency, transition lines, look at here, transition lines also looks very translucent and in a different color. I saw the pinkish and purplish color in here. Here. And more, let's say, more violet color in between. Yeah. Here. And more blue on the distal and mesial lines. And also I do have the bluish effect in here on the incisal edge as a light absorbing effect. So it's always good to have the black and white picture to analyze where is the absorption area, where is the reflecting area. Those. Yes. Look, I will going to the mark where I need to remove according to the transition line, light absorbing effects that I saw on the picture. I need to remove a little bit transition lines to place with the light absorbing effect. Also all around the cervical area I wanted to remove, to place some pinkish translucency. And also on the picture the incisal third looks very translucent, so I will going to remove some the incisal third, but it's already removed. Look, I need to remove a little bit more in here. Please always turn your model with every angle to analyze with the different directions. Inside, as I show you on the lecture, it tells me which kind of thickness I do have, and it tells me where to stop. For sure, it's all about the experience. I'm not telling you not to use your caliper or not to use your ruler to measure the thickness of the restorations. Please use your ruler to measure the thickness. But this is the type that I'm using to control the thickness of the framework. I'm not staining all around the surface because I wanted to see the real thickness, the real translucency, and the marks in between. I wanted to see the difference. That's why I'm just making the lines, not staining all around. So first, for the distal line angles, this is my incisal silhouette that I pay attention about the irregularity in between the mamelon shape. So they are not equal, they are not symmetric, but they look like a natural. In natural dentition, we always saw irregularity in harmony. This is kind of algorithm which really hard to copy. As much, I highly recommend you to try to investigate as much natural dentition as possible. Extruded tooth, cut them half, try to investigate with the picturing, backlightening, and etc. So let's keep going with the layering. I will going to apply very small amount of the material. For example, I will going to start with a transparent incisal one on the incisal edge. Why transparent incisal one on the incisal edge is the transparent incisal one have wonderful and also some grayish effect, and it allows me to have a good transition line in between framework and incisal translucency. Which gives you a mimic like a violet, but more softer version of the violet. It's I'm going to use purely on the line angles to imitate translucency effects. taupe has a kind of grayish, violet and purple mixture, and it allows me to mimic the cervical translucency, at the same time cervical reflection from the gingiva. The silk that will going to give me a reflection, at the same time it is opalescence effect, which will give opalescency as we saw many on enamel. Okay, now I can use the string on the incisal third to cover the incisal third.